session. And the first item on the agenda is item number 27, a resolution authorizing Director of Public Works / City Engineer to pay for sanitary sewer lateral repairs at 2113 South 71st Street for the total sum of $6,249.28. Mike Lewis, City Engineer, you want to comment on this?
Usual, we were responsible for the lateral repairs.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Rote actually
Oh.
hit it first. Alderman
I know
Rote.
we're not voting on number 28 just yet, but why 3 times more, number 2, or number 28, the one on the South 83rd? Is that a deep one? What's
Yeah, it's
the-
usually a depth of it out there. Depends, what the city here is traditionally has always taken responsibility not only for the connection at the pipe, but also the riser coming off that pipe. If
Okay.
it's deep and up to that elbow at the top when you get back to a more normal depth of sewer. So when you see big differences in price there, it's almost always, I glanced at these, but it's almost always just because of the depth.
Could I assume that the South 83rd one was 3 times deeper than the South 71st Street one?
I don't know, when they have to start getting in there and doing shoring, and getting down there, I mean, the cost just goes right out the window. And also the length of pipe, that they have to chase it down for a while instead of just digging a nice straight hole down. If they don't find any good pipe, then they gotta start digging some more, and that of course makes some
And he's
more
all broke at the-
shoring, and
everything
it's all
broke at the
broken.
connection then,
Yeah.
okay.
And my staff is out there monitoring the work, monitoring the contractors that are there.
And our I&I funding wouldn't have done anything for this, right? The infiltration and.
Well, the whole intent here is that if this would be happening, with Joe Birch's program, is that this type of work would come out of that separate I&I work out there. So that is one of the intent. The main intent of that program is to eliminate I&I out of sewer, but one of the side benefits is this type of stuff. This type of work.
Move to approve.
Been moved,
Second.
Alderman, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna move approval on both right away.
So you want to bring in 28 at the
27,
same time?
27, 28, yes.
Is authorizing 2134 South 83rd Street, total amount of $19,126. So the motion is made by Alderman Weigel for 27 and 28 and seconded by Alderman Ranky, is that correct?
That will do.
With that, on 27 and 28, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 29, resolution to approve the bid of Payne and Dolan Incorporated for the asphalt resurfacing of pavement and cracking and sealing of pavement with miscellaneous driveway and sidewalk repair sanitary sewer.
Move approval.
Moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Ranky. Further discussion. Mike?
Part of our CIP program for this year. Got a number of bids as usual, we'll bid. Payne Dolan's been a longtime contractor of ours.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 30, resolution relative to accepting proposal of Gray Bar Electronic for furnishing and delivering assorted Cree LED.
Move for approval.
Was that Alderman Chapletsky?
Yes, it was.
Seconded
Second.
by
Second.
Alderman Weigel. Further discussion.
Mayor,
Budgeted?
Mr. Chairman,
Oh, Alderman Chapletsky.
are these the same lights like you're putting on 56th and 57th Street lights?
Yeah, but most of them are. We do have some replacement lights because what we're doing over there is LED lights. Okay, because we're putting in new lines and new cabling out there, parallel cabling,
Okay.
and we put LED out there. Some of this is also for our old series lighting, where you get the yellow bulbs and that in there, so it's a combination. It's for inventory, for CIP along with general maintenance.
How do you pick where they get replaced? Like, what area of town, or is it as construction's being done in your,
Construction's being done, yes.
so that, and then you replace it then?
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, Alderman Rowe.
And I wouldn't expect you to know this, but the lighting on Grant between 84th and 90th, is that
84th and Grand.
Grant?
We did that.
The new street, is
Behind
that
the high
the
school.
LED lighting?
No, we weren't putting in LED when we did that.
Okay.
It might be the old induction lighting. I'll double check.
It, it's, I wouldn't expect it.
But back then, we weren't putting that in.
3 years ago.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Number 31 on tonight's agenda, resolution relative to accepting proposal of Masters Building Solutions for one Steam to Steam model STS 100C humidifier along with funding for miscellaneous materials for the installation amount not to exceed $15,000. What the heck is one of those?
Move approval.
Thank you.
Second.
It was moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Chaplesky. Is it budgeted?
In this case, we're gonna be taking it out of the return earnings account, which is a general account for things like roofs, HVAC, carpeting. It's what the account is about, there's $500,000 in it. We're using that pot for the police department roof when those bids come in. Or, the resolution says that the appropriate account. Or I'm looking at just taking it out of my general operations budget, because even though we had a bad winter, with all the job openings that I've got down at the yard right now, I think I can cover $15,000. It's kind of, it's an old, I don't wanna say old, but it's a Paul Zeller trick. We'll put it in this proper account, and at the end of the year,
Pulling
we'll
it
figure
in.
out to see.
Not
where
even
we-
gone a day and already kicking the dirt on it, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
But it's one that I always agree with. Well, let's see what,
You're
let's see
gonna
what
ask the
the end
same
of the
thing I'm
year
wondering.
is,
Right.
because, I mean,
No, you can ask that because.
but it is, it's a humidification.
That's what we wanted.
Of course, the thing, as usual, with my luck, the thing went out at the end of the winter, and, it humidifies the building. The building got very dry with all the electrical,
This building?
computer stuff, yeah.
So it's like
It's
April.
right here. Again, the building got dry, it got uncomfortable because of the humidity, but the biggest problem is the static electricity
Static
with
charge on
with
computers.
all our computer systems and screens and all that kind of stuff, so.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Alderman.
Mike, you brought up this pot of money. And the word, and the word police department roof was brought up,
Yeah.
but we
bonded
bonded
for
for that.
Well, there's still money in the, there's still in the budget, take a look in the blue pages
Yeah,
there.
money
that-
for that.
That, yeah, but now that $500,000 in there covers other projects too, and I'd have to jog my memory on what potential other projects are in there. And we are looking at least the plan was to bond the difference if there is a large difference when we open bids. And we only know what the price is when we open the bid. So you're right.
Yeah,
Alden.
so we're only bonding for the difference between
That's, I think,
budgeted on
was
that
the
roof
plan.
versus what the low bid comes
But
in.
it shows up 535 on the bonding.
Yeah.
And I know I'm wandering here a little bit, Alderman, but
You're allowed to.
pulled the rug out from under
I
me
know.
once before.
Only once. Is there any further
I was gonna
discussion?
say something with, wait, with this one.
With that, it's been moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Chaplesky. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Brings us to number 32. This is an ordinance to amend section 15034C of the Westalis Revised Municipal Code relating to the change charging for family residents with private collection services being exempt from the city management fee and to require all four family residents to be charged for this fee on a quarterly basis. Mike Lewis.
And that's what I passed out to you tonight, what my proposed amendments are in there. This is strictly for the recycling portion of solid waste. 4 families would still be responsible for garbage pickup. But we've got an odd, and I, in all honesty, inherited this. We've got about 400 or so 4-family units out there, of which about 160 somehow or another were able to opt out of the recycling portion of our fees. I don't know how it happened. We're trying to get consistent out there. We're also trying to get consistent with our recycling grant. I mean, we are obligated to provide recycling services to 4 families. So this kind of corrects, what was done in the past for whatever reason. It makes it consistent. It's very hard, and it's also extremely, it's impossible to track. Who's got what, who's doing what, how is it going there. This way, everybody's treated different, gets us back onto where it's supposed to be.
Everybody gets treated the same. Yeah, Alderman Rowe.
Can we hold this for another meeting? Because I know you held it 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we just got this 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
So
the
you
only,
kinda sift through this?
Sure. And again, this is only for, and you see my little scribbling on there, it's
Yes.
only for recycling.
And you didn't come up with a fee yet. You're working on what is, the
The
fee is
dollar
going to
amount.
be. So we really need that probably back in there too anyways.
Sure.
So there's no reason not to hold it. So with your request, let's hold it.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a problem with that?
No, not at all.
Item number 32 will be held with that. That concludes Public Works. Now we'll turn the meeting over to Michael Chaplesky, the Chairman of License and Health. Alderman Chaplesky.
Okay, you know, the city attorney isn't here?
Thanks, Mike.
No.
Thanks, Rosie.
Monica was here.
Yeah, she had to get something
Everybody's leaving
for
us.
Public Works, she had told me, I can go get Scott.
Yeah, Scott. I don't need to see this.
Good having a new guy.
Yeah, the new guy.
Yeah,
You got
The
this
new
leg
guy.
work.
get the young leg.
Hey, you got Velcro for us. I mean, geez.
Of course, if anybody's got any other questions on the ordinance, you know where to find us.
Where?
8372, I just wrote it down, right?
So, once again,
Okay, this-
we
in here?
cheat sheet
Oh,
at the top.
Yeah. What is Roe talking about? Oh.
I can't believe I did it again.
What did you do?
Left my cheat sheet.
I didn't get one, anybody.
I did.
My online is not online today.
You want mine?
Cancel. Yes, if we may. All of them.
And Scott's still busy with the other committee, they have 2 more items.
Okay.
And then he'll be coming.
Well, we can go to, item number 60. John Starr,
Item number
come on up front.
60.
You're taking over, have a seat.
Yeah.
Double
Oh,
barrel?
Double barrel, yes.
Have you done that before, or? No. So, are you familiar with running a running a bar and
Yeah,
everything, and the
I-
rules and
I've
regulations that we
actually-
have?
I've actually bartended there for a couple of years now, and in Milwaukee at Mortimer's.
Okay.
So, and people have been helping me out, showing me how to get it done and do stuff, so.
Well, the biggest thing is that if there's an incident, you call the police.
Oh, yeah, I
And
know
when the
that.
police come there, you cooperate the police. We had an incident over there where, you found a gun in a cooler or something, and he said he didn't have it.
That
and
was
that's
just
quite some
before I
time ago.
started, yes, I
Yeah,
heard
so
of that.
we can't have any of that.
No,
We don't have a lot of problems there. We had a little problems because I think there was a conflict with the former people I used to own across the
Yeah.
street for a while. The other thing is, every so often I see, of course I haven't seen it recently, of course it wasn't summer, the cones out in front for the motorcycles to park. Can't do that.
okay,
Yeah, that's, anybody can park there at once.
okay.
You can't really put the cones out there. Anybody else have anything? We do have a police patrol now that just goes around checking bars
Oh,
on the weekends,
yeah,
so
and we
they
cooperate.
will be in, so, and check
Absolutely.
everything, so. Do I have a motion then?
Move for approval.
Second.
Alderman Weigel seconds it. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yep, good luck.
Thank you.
Oops, okay. Then we have number 70. This is Adam Steinbach. Steinbach, come here, Adam. He, we voted to, deny, and we voted to deny, at the last meeting for cause he didn't show up for 2 meetings. And it turns out that, I guess it was going to the wrong apartment. And so, so he's in front of us now. So, yeah, it's 3-0 to deny.
Hey,
Uh,
Alderman Chaplesky.
Alderman Bosler.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. The only problem is that we don't have any of his, information.
Oh,
Oh, I got it.
Did you, okay. You grabbed his old one?
yeah.
I brought some other ones, but I didn't bring them.
Mr. Chair,
Did you see it? Alderman Weigel.
Adam, where are you gonna be working? I don't think you have that.
I haven't applied yet. I went to, before I had applied, I had gone in a couple like Scotty's and Brass Monkey. Stylus Palace, and I'd done Rockstar Saloon.
Okay.
And I'd asked if they would rather that I had my license before getting in, and everyone was saying that for the majority, and they can hire you, but if it gets denied, you're not going to get the job. So they'd much rather you show up like when you fill out the application. And the deal with the last 2 weeks, the first one I ended up missing, I was out of town, and I was also out of town the second one. I got back earlier the morning on that Wednesday when I went to the mailbox and found out, and both of them were waiting in there, and it had the 710 instead of 210. I don't know if that was my fault or whatever.
Yeah,
but.
yeah, you know, I guess when I look at your record, I see a lot of speedings, okay? But 10 years ago, you have obstructing and resisting an officer in Waukesha?
I was in Frame Park after hours. We went in to go swim in the Fox River when I was like 18. When I joined the Army, like right after that, I was told not to worry about it. It was going to be expunged. I was trying to get a bartending job out in East Troy, and they had found, like, dug that up. And I'd asked, like, what the deal was, because I hadn't put it on there, so that he wasn't going to give me a license out in East Troy because he said I'd lied on my form.
Really?
So I don't know if it was either, I was told it was going to be expunged and it was sealed, because if I CCAP myself, I can't find anything other than my divorce.
Okay.
I'm gonna move approval.
Do I have a second?
A second for further discussion.
Okay, further discussion?
Do you have a current license now, driver's license?
Driver's license? Yes, I do.
Because we show it suspended.
No, I'm showing valid DL and,
Maybe we're, oh, well, we're showing suspended January 014.
Yeah, it was suspended.
Okay,
I had a ticket out in Waukesha that I'd forgotten about.
okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Good luck.
Thank you.
They're not available till tomorrow,
Okay.
so they either, Monica, do you want to go through it? Because you know all the times.
I just come in back here and pick it up, or
Between 10:30 and 3 o'clock.
okay, I'll see you then.
Is
Thank you.
it, well, is it for this license year or is it for July 1st?
I want to say July 1st.
yeah.
It was what was on the piece of paper that I'd finally gotten for
13,
this
14.
meeting today, which came in the
Oh,
other
it's
day.
13, 14?
Yeah, 13, 14.
Yeah, why don't you step in tomorrow
Okay.
after 10:30?
So that was for, yes.
And to address your question about CCAP, municipal ordinance violations don't show up on CCAP.
Okay.
They're in municipal court rather than circuit court.
Okay.
What's on CCAP is only circuit court actions.
Okay. How would like a normal citizen go about finding, like, in this situation, to find out if it was sealed? If I was like told one, you know what I mean?
You can
So I
take
was
that,
told
but
it was
Take that with
gonna
that's
be
not gonna help you.
And then go-
That'll just tell you what your record comes back as now.
Okay.
All it's gonna tell you, so you can go to the municipality and say, look, this is still on my record, you said it's not.
Okay. So just go back to Waukesha and ask them then.
The city of Waukesha.
Okay.
As opposed to the Waukesha County Courthouse.
Okay.
It's the city of Waukesha.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
And tell them, look, and then go from there.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
okay, first question is for Scott. We had a, we had a gentleman in here, at the last meeting, and we asked him to get some information from Brookfield. And he's here, I'm thinking he's in the wrong room, but he's got the information with him. He couldn't get it to the clerk's office ahead of time, but he's not on the agenda for appearances. Can he have an appearance?
No.
No. We can discuss his.
I mean, well,
Okay.
He's on the
is he
agenda.
on the agenda for action?
71.
Yeah, well, then you can allow him
That's
to
what it
appear, sure, as long as he's on the
Okay.
agenda for.
Well, hang on, why, did
It's
you
a-
see it? Did you see it?
Yes, he showed it to me. He showed it to me,
Yeah, what
and
did
there
it
was,
say?
there was
I'll
one.
go get 'em.
What did it say?
Lasky?
Yeah, it said,
Yeah,
it said
Daniel
it was
Lasky.
dismissed. He's with the little girl,
Okay.
and, I told him her name.
I have to run to the council chamber real quick.
Alright, so that cuts out, the
So, and then he had
possession.
another one that,
Yeah, what, remind me, what are we talking about here?
I have
What,
two of these.
what goes away?
there was the
I have to have
Brookfield,
two.
the
I
Brookfield
have two.
instance.
Possession.
I have
He
two.
took yours.
No, I didn't, I
there
had
was
two
his
in the
friend
agenda,
that said,
So-
cause I had the old one
So
and
we
I
still
got a
have
new
that
one.
maintained,
Okay.
So that takes care of
back in '01.
the 2004,
Those
two things.
Paraphernalia?
Right,
Yeah,
he
so
did have
those are
another
gone.
one, I think the disorderly conduct was the other one. But
That's
I don't
been-
know, he's gonna have to show me, cause he was showing me.
That's been,
a little while.
that's also been removed?
Well, just give him a second, he'll be in.
Alright, so well, let's just go see what he has then. So then he has
An
2000
application.
paraphernalia, disorderly conduct, The drug trafficking still bothers me.
Okay, come on up here and have a seat.
Look at that. Refuse to take breathalyzer.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, you pull those out again, show us. Now, the one you had said, was the Brookfield ones for 2004.
Yes,
Something
those
for the
were-
possession of THC and for drug paraphernalia.
Those were dismissed.
These are the ones that he said was dismissed. Dismissed.
Dismissed without prejudice.
Yes.
Right. And this is the same one, or? Yeah, it's the same one.
That's what they gave me.
Okay, and then the other one you had, what did you show me
This
here?
was disorderly conduct that I had expunged from 2002-ish,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, this one, this one.
The
Okay,
State
which,
Fair Police,
the State Fair, was it? or-
February of
Yes.
'03.
Yes. I know I made some mistakes when I was younger. I'm definitely not that person anymore. Prior to my streak of mistakes there, I did go to school, graduate on highest honors,
see that?
got a degree at ITC Technical
That was
Institute.
a sort of conduct on there.
I designed houses for 5 years. I did structural engineering for 2 years. Been married for 8 years. Own my own home. I have a 7-year-old daughter. All I do is go to work, take care of my kid.
That was the one, let me see.
Mr. Chair,
Oh, wait,
could you remind us where you're gonna be working?
What's that?
Where are you gonna be working?
At it's 95th and Greenfield. It's now called Stingers.
Okay. And do you think you're gonna be working there full-time, part-time, just weekends once in a while, or?
Probably weekdays. I have my daughter every other week, so probably just every other week.
Okay, so
Weekdays.
you have another job right now, or not?
Yes.
Okay, so you're still doing the design stuff, or?
No, when people stopped building, I kind of got forced out of that industry. I've been painting for the last few years now. I was also a bartender at Silk Exotic for 2.5 years, and I had to get out of there with having a kid. It's hard to explain to her where I work and what I do. And
Mr. Chairman,
Alden Barzer.
what I'm seeing on here after we got those in 2004, which would be 10 years ago, now I'm seeing like from 2000 to 2012. That's roughly 12 years ago. After that, I see one violation.
2002.
Right, 2002, which would be 12 years ago, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and then all I see after that is a signal violation in West Dallas, which is a traffic thing. So I would have to believe that from what I'm seeing after that, 12 years without anything except a little single violation that you have grown up and you have made better choices. So with that, I'm going to move for approval.
Do I have
I'll
a
second it.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
thank you, guys.
May we
Okay.
keep this? Well, no, you know what?
No.
You should.
Yeah,
Yep, you should, because it may come up again.
Keep them in your wall.
Keep it in your yellow folder. That's
Yep.
how you need to do it.
Folder.
Yep, you got it.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep, good luck to you.
And you heard that, was that a this year license or next year license? Well, that was a this year license, I think.
13 through 15.
Yeah, so
Right.
that'll
That
be
was the
available
first
for pickup at the city clerk's office tomorrow till between 10:30 and 3. If not, it'll get mailed to you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yep, and thanks for the work you did.
Okay, the other thing is now, they had the public hearing on the motor castings. I wasn't there, Alderman Road had the meeting where they went to the factory and everything. Now, this is, the next step in this is we have to discuss it and vote on it. Do we have to do that today?
No.
Okay, so, okay, then we're just gonna hold that. And
You wouldn't have had to sit around, but that's fine. I don't have a problem. You probably want to do it when we have a regular scheduled meeting.
yeah, I don't wanna discuss it tonight, I think,
All right,
everybody can, you know, put the thoughts
You wanna
get
together.
some
describe the
information.
sounds we heard?
No, we'll do that in discussion.
all right, with that, Joe, go home.
Yeah, so,
Joe,
Yeah.
so, yeah, sorry, I didn't know you.
thank you.
I just didn't know if we,
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
before we go from there. So, okay, Then we have item number 43. Uh, This was the request from Sam's Amusements. Acquiring tags for a dart tournament. Remember, we had talked about this, and we discussed, we have to pass a ordinance on this here. This is where he's having a tournament, and he only wants to pay, didn't wanna pay the $35, I think it's $35 per one.
$35 per machine for an annual sticker when he's using it for the 3 days.
So we had discussed it and kinda came up with, so much per machine for events, something like this. And Jeff had said that we need an ordinance for it. But this is a request for the 6th to 8th.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, the way to do this would be to adopt an ordinance creating a special category with a different price. But given the timing of this, if you're inclined to approve this, just approve it.
Right.
Now, generally speaking, now this would be for all practical purposes, a resolution of the council. Resolutions don't trump ordinances.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
we're not gonna cite this guy when you guys said it was okay, so.
What we wanted to do is charge them $35 per day for all the machines,
Right.
because they're coming in for 3 days and they're gonna be gone. So we figured it'd be $105, I think is what it came to.
Just got all the information you put down, I think, so.
Yeah.
So, we, obviously, since it's this weekend,
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get any fees out of
No.
this. If you're gonna approve it, it's basically without a fee,
right,
because we don't have anything
We don't have anything
for a
in it.
smaller, for a different fee, so.
okay.
So we're just gonna let him have it at 0. Is that what we're talking about?
I would say just because of the time frame.
Yeah, I guess, and to charge a fee, we would have to have an ordinance. and
You're saying we
don't
have
that.
2 options, either charge him the
full
full
fee or-
17 times 35 or
Right.
whatever it was, or 0.
Okay, based on the time constraints that we cannot get an ordinance in place, and based on the fact that my belief is that $35 per machine times 17, which would be for an entire year, and they're not there, I'm gonna move approval of, no charge, on this one event and this one event only because of the time constraints.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Mr. Chair,
All in favor.
are we directing staff to draft a resolution or whatever we
Yeah, I
need?
thought-
So
For
we'll,
the future,
We
Did you
will
do
be-
that in license and health, or,
did we vote
Yes.
on it? We told Jeff. I don't know.
okay, I'll make a note.
Told Jeff that that's what we'd like to do.
I think you could all inclusive this thing to include if somebody had pool tournaments and they had to bring in 10 pool tables,
yeah.
Right.
or they had darts, or they had
Or
what
even
else?
could be like Pac-Man video game tournaments.
Could be.
But did we wanna include amusement? For amusement only games?
What else might come up that you can think about in a bar?
That we charge for?
Right.
Yeah, you're right, pool table, darts,
Pools, darts.
video games, pinball. Those kinds of games. Do we segregate out the video poker games?
Yeah, I wouldn't even get into that.
So, and the idea is you want to have a reduced fee for the event?
If they have
week of
events.
The event?
For an event, if it's a temporary situation.
Event being a week or less?
Weekend,
or-
yeah.
Well, we
I'd say
figured whatever
week or
the
less.
annual fee for one machine would be, times the number of days they're having the event.
Okay, but there needs to be some finite limit on the event, otherwise,
Right.
I'd say,
I suppose economics would come into play.
Yeah,
So-
economics will come
yeah.
into it real quick.
I'm not gonna put anything else on this, just that it's approved to do that, so.
I will make a note.
Cause
though,
I could,
but I'll
just
put
something you don't have to
Marsac
scribble
on it.
off then.
yes, this
put
is
that
a
in
special,
minutes.
so in case it's happening and we have.
You're gonna
Okay, we have 45, 44, 45, 46, 47 on tonight's agenda. These are various,
I'm sorry, would you read
License?
the numbers again, Matt?
44, 45, 46, and 47.
And Pawn America is not in there yet?
Pawn America is not in there. We don't have their license. They haven't applied
No,
yet.
but you will have it for June 17th.
Thank you. Okay. Do I have a motion?
Move
Yeah,
approval.
Move for approval, subject to
Subject.
necessary requirements, I'll second Alderman Weigel's motion.
Okay, Alderman Wiggles first, second. Is there any further discussion on any of these? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, then we have item number 48. This is a special event for the doghouse. I think this is,
Backyard.
yeah, there's, back there, yeah. Oh, this is the second application.
Golf outing, birthday party?
For golf outing, birthday party be held on September 8 AM to 9 PM. There'll be food and tent.
Move for approval.
Second.
Was that Gary?
Yeah.
And,
There's a tie, you have to
Road
get.
on the second.
Road on a second, okay. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
State Fair Inn, have they?
Okay,
offered-
State Fair Inn would be 49 and 50, because there's also a music permit with it.
Move approval.
Second.
That's a first for them.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay. And then we have another special event, number 51, for,
Cap City.
Move approval.
I'll second.
any further discussion?
Hawaiian luau.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds neat.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So carries. Oh, I'm sorry, 52 is the music permit.
Move approval.
Second.
Alden Road with the second again.
That's right.
He's fast.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Then we have the number 53, the Buzzards Nest. Same thing, special event.
Looks like it's their first one. Move for
Best
approval.
fest.
Do I have a second?
Nest Fest.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Alden Weigel.
I just think it's weird that they're done at 8 o'clock. I mean,
8:30.
that's what they applied for, that's what they're getting, right?
Right?
They're not here, obviously, but,
Well, they weren't asked to be here, so.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they must know
Okay,
when they
doing
wanna
8 o'clock,
finish
we'll
it.
just have to make sure
Yeah.
we enforce it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Then we have Lynch's
I don't know.
for Make-A-Wish fundraiser, July 26th.
Think about that one. Move for approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then we have 55, 56, I'm sorry, 55, there's 56, 57, 58. Let's just do those.
Move for approval, Mr. Chair, subject to necessary requirements.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Now I know why I like July better. They're sticking together. Okay, then we have 59. Oh, 59.
I have a question on this. It says in the parenthetical, new existing location. How can it be both new and existing? I don't get.
Because it's,
It's a new owner of
New
business.
license holder,
New
license
license
holder.
holder,
Existing
same,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought.
that's the abbreviation.
Thank you.
We're not,
Mm.
we're not calling,
okay, go ahead.
move approval.
And I'll second it.
Discussion?
We don't call new owners in automatically?
This went from an LLC to an individual.
Oh, that's right, I read the note, yeah, it's
Okay.
not it's not actually a
Ownership.
new owner, it's just a change of ownership form.
Yes.
Yeah,
Although
that was it.
technically a new owner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Used to be
different
owned by a
entity.
guy by the name of Lau, now it's owned by an LLC, two completely different legal entities, so.
Mm.
But the need to call them in, right, it's pointless.
Correct. Agreed.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, then we have the, let's see, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Nope, yeah, 66.
67, all in Las Palmas,
67.
the move is placed on file?
Well,
There's
no,
a stipulation.
there's a stipulation in there.
On 61 and
Two.
62, you need to approve the stipulation and findings and recommendations, the others can be placed on file
Okay, do I have a motion on that?
I'll move, approving the stipulation 61 and 62. Remind me, is it a complete?
Second, do we have a second?
Yeah, second, let's start with that.
Was
Okay,
it, Mr.
further
Chair,
discussion?
was it a complete closure for 60 days or just no,
Complete?
complete closure for 60
Right.
days? And then when they reopen, the bar closes at midnight?
8
No,
o'clock, 10 o'clock.
10
10
o'clock.
o'clock.
The back bar closes. at
Back
10
bar
o'clock.
closes.
The business
Restaurant-
closes at midnight.
Correct.
Restaurant midnight.
No live music, no disc jockey, no karaoke,
Was there,
no dancing.
No dancing.
was there alcohol in the restaurant till midnight?
Till-
Yeah,
yes,
alcohol
yep.
in the restaurant.
Yes.
till
Okay,
midnight.
Yep.
that's,
And when does the 60 days start, or has it started already?
Just started.
They had the dates.
I thought it was June 1 to end of July.
I can't recall.
Yeah,
Okay.
They had the dates. They, I remember
Yeah.
them
June
spelling out.
first
Yeah,
to
they
July
started-
31st.
And were they open up until June 1st and operating regularly?
Well, they could have been.
They could have been.
That was up to them.
So, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion?
That's more than 60 days though.
61, I think.
Well, because there was a certain time on the 31st.
Any further discussion?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that carries. Then we have 63 through 67, did you say? 63 through 67?
Yeah.
So a motion to place these on file.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Maybe done with the mobile.
Okay,
He was.
then we have,
He was out there. Don't know.
then we have 68 and 69.
Do I need to get Ted?
Need to
No.
building inspector?
No, I think we're good.
No, Ted said they're fine, they're okay with everything?
Wow.
So these would be to place on file.
So moved.
Second.
69 would be, is actually.
Oh, one's a
the
renewal. Yeah, one's a,
Okay,
mm-hmm.
I stand corrected.
Oh, 69's the renewal.
Approval and then the other one to place on file.
Thanks, Monica.
So. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
Wait a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Who's the fire? No, he was in, he was
Mr.
here.
Chairman,
Fred
can we do
McLishess.
a special meeting on the 17th, 6 PM? Or whatever else we have going on.
Can anybody make it
Yep.
earlier?
I'm out of town. I'm gonna miss the council meeting and everything.